This is Dolynny TV. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome into yet another edition of Edmonton Oilers camp coverage here on the channel. Perhaps not as much as I would have liked to put up already, but the World Juniors, they did come calling. They came crashing down on Team Canada last night, and now, well, it is time to gear up, get ready. We're a week away from the season starting and things getting underway for real once again in the NHL, and of course for our Edmonton Oilers in the 2021 NHL season. Ladies and gentlemen, that said, if you're new to the channel, I want you to take the next 8 minutes, alright? We're once again going to discuss Jesse Puljujarvi, and then we're going to discuss something Reed Wilkins tweeted out about 12-15 minutes ago on Twitter regarding tomorrow's scrimmage at Oilers camp. Today, of course, is the last day of camp at Nate, and then they move back into Rogers Place tomorrow. But that said, I gotta ask you to sit here and take those next 8-10 minutes to consider hitting that subscribe button, alright? Like I said in the last video, don't do it right now. Consider it over. Take your time to judge me, and then get back to me when I ask you later at the end of the video. If you're returning to the channel, I saw crazy results. We overtook like 139 likes on the video last time when I asked for everybody that returns to Dolynny TV as a subscriber to hit the like button on that video. So you can just give me a thumbs up or even a thumbs down. Let me know how you thought this video did for your Oilers knowledge and, of course, for the Oilers camp coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we need to get to the Jesse Puljujarvi news. And you saw in the thumbnail, I mean, I don't need to sit here and blare a picture of it. Jesse Puljujarvi has changed his number from number 98, right? He was 98 for all this time with the Oilers to now, well, he is now number 13 with the Edmonton Oilers. Quick math. Who comes to mind in the last little bit that's worn number 13 for the Oilers? Mike Camilleri. Yeah, that's a name. That's a name right there. Mike Camilleri comes to mind. And Jason Garrison. That's a name. That's a name too. All right, let's actually take the two serious names here that come to mind when we talk number 13 in Oilers history. Andrew Cogliano for new age guys like me, or for the guys that have been here, done that several years, maybe for the past, what are we going on now, 41 years? Yeah, Ken Linsman, by the way. That would be potentially the name you're looking at there. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, however you want to pass it up, there's really only maybe 2 or 3 great names in Oilers history that have worn number 13. If you're calling Cogliano great, I mean, he was great for us in terms of what we had, but was he great by any means of the definition? Not really, but I'll leave that judgment to you. I don't have to sit here and leave that judgment, okay? I can leave that open for debate in the comments section and we can have a lot of fun. All right. But what I have to do is, why am I wasting any time even covering a jersey number change? That is so minor. And the only reason it is coverage is because it's Jesse Puljujarvi, you say. No. The reason I have to cover Jesse Puljujarvi changing his number is, if you don't follow me on Twitter, back when Puljujarvi signed with the Oilers, I said, you know what, I've said some things I probably am going to very much so regret when it comes to Jesse Puljujarvi with the Oilers and without the Oilers and trade Puljujarvi, all this. Well, you know what, I want to make good. I want to publicly apologize by displaying Puljujarvi's jersey on the back wall here of all my videos. Now, well, suddenly, you see how this works? Is a bet I made against the internet where I will throw Jesse Puljujarvi's jersey up there on the wall. I'll go out, buy it, get it going, hopefully a reverse retro or else the alternate, and I will get that up on the wall if Jesse Puljujarvi is a half point per game or better player in this season, right? We had no clue when the season was going to start, but I said in this season, in the opening month. So what the kind of funny thing was there, I didn't care if the season started January 29th, technically speaking, and we played the 29th, 31st, and Puljujarvi scored 1 point, he would then be half a point per game, and yes, there would be a Jesse Puljujarvi jersey on the wall. That is the specifications of as simply as I laid it out. In fact, this time around, with the rules we've got in place to start next week, January 13th, going to December or January 31st against the Ottawa Senators, we have ourselves sitting here looking at an 11-game month schedule, which is, I think, like 2 more games than we had all of January last year, by the way. But right there, you've got 11 games. Do the math. 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So for Jesse Puljujarvi to go over a half point per game this month, I want to say season, it's not. This month is the bet. You've got to see him score 6 points this month. Tyson, you're going to get it right at some point. So 6 points in 11 games to open the season is all we're asking about Jesse Puljujarvi, and that, my friends, is why we're covering Jesse Puljujarvi in this video, is because it's not a question of, oh, it's just Puljujarvi changed his number. It's the fact that there will be a different looking than traditional Jesse Puljujarvi jersey on the wall should he score 6 points in the month of January. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm covering. All right, we can move on to topic number 2, and I hope you're still sitting here playing along with me. All right, this is usually where some people dip out. Stick with me because you want to hear this. Reed Wilkins, about now 20 minutes ago from the time I'm recording, about 5:46 Mountain Time, tweeted out that the Oilers will scrimmage at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's the first scrimmage of the training camp. Now, of course, everybody's favorite question when they talk about a scrimmage at camp is, will it be live streamed? And this is where I'm going to simply map things out for you. I'm not going to make it too complicated. All right? Depending on who you are, what you do, where you live, whatever the circumstances are. If you find yourself, perhaps maybe like me, on lunch at 11 a.m., or perhaps just getting out of bed at 11 a.m., or perhaps just getting off work at 11 a.m., whatever you're doing, so much so not to go completely out of your way to be available at 11 tomorrow morning. I'm not saying cancel your plans, the Oilers are live streaming, because that is not confirmed as far as I've found on Twitter. But if you're available, if you're flexible to be available around 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, perhaps just pay attention to Twitter, pay attention to, say, Oilers Nation. They'll be on it with an article if they release the fact it'll be live streamed. There'll be a couple of options here as to how you can find out for sure the game will be live streamed tomorrow. And heck, you know what, in the comments section, if you want me to make another video if I find out tonight the game will be live streamed, or the scrimmage, or whatever you want to talk about, I will gladly do that for you. But of course, we know from last year the Oilers Twitter will have lots of coverage of the scrimmage for sure. But for us Oilers fans, not seeing any pre-game or pre-season games this year, it sure would be nice to see live streamed action of scrimmage. I mean, sure, right? I wouldn't mind that. I'd love that. But the problem is, for most of us to catch it, probably not going to be today or at that time, tomorrow at 11 a.m. You'll probably catch it if you're getting off work in the evening, or whatever the case is. You'll catch it at some point later in the day. So that's all I'm saying, is if you're flexible to be available at around 11 a.m. tomorrow, keep your ears and eyes open and just see what happens as we progress through tonight and early into the morning and mid-morning tomorrow, because just never know, the Oilers may very well be live streaming the game, scrimmage, whatever you want to call it, between the two squads. And you may ask, Tyson, what are those lines again? Well, oh my goodness. To those of you that were asking why I'm not prepared, well, tonight I actually had time to be prepared, so that's solid. RNH, McDavid, Kazian, Nygaard and Benson have actually flipped, according to the Oilers Twitter today. These are from January 4th. They didn't change yesterday, but today there was a change, getting Benson in with Kara and Chiasson and demoting Nygaard down to McLeod and Patrick Russell's line. Ennis, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, Archibald, Turris, Puljujarvi, Quine, Marody, Cracknell, and then Griffith. I imagine if we're going to see this, Shore probably joins Team 1 for the scrimmage tomorrow as he's fit to play. I think Cahoon may be fit to play tomorrow. And then Gaetan Oss and James Neal kind of solely, fully up in the air at this point. So ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I've got for you. Like I said, 8 to 10 minutes, and here we are pushing the 10-minute mark. So I want to ask you once again, if you've got a chance, perhaps consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. We're sitting currently about 33 subscribers away from 8,500, and that is the goal. I got 33 divided by 7 days, so about 5 subscribers a day to go to get to that territory for opening night against the Vancouver Canucks next Wednesday, January 13th. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. I will catch you in the next one.